Hey guys, what's up? This is Pansar Dragon, and today we're doing a patch 5.2 rundown of the changes. Basically, trying to get in my head, giving you insight, what I think is going to happen, some champions, maybe if they're viable or not. And also, I do relatively want to make this a fast video, unlike my other video where I just kind of ramble on. So I got a few things planned. Also, there's a TLDR at the end, so if you do want to see just get a skim of what I think about the notes or whatever, then check that out too. It's like a minute, so it's pretty good. So with that being said, let's get started. So the removal of Deathfire Grass is now gone. Like DFG is gone. I'm, you know, I'm actually I dislike this change because honestly, I play junglers, right? They're tanks. And I really don't care if I get bursted because I probably won't die from a DFG player. But maybe if you're an AD carrier squishy, you might be mad. You also would build Banshee's Veil, of course, too, if they had a DFG. Honestly, didn't see there was a big problem with DFG. I don't like the fact that they got rid of it. Also, I played Mordekaiser jungle, and that is like one of his core items is DFG, and so I really don't like that. And also, it adds a fun element to the game. If you're the guy killing people, so I mean, if you're the guy dying, of course, it's not that fun to be one-shotted. But if you're the one killing people, it's really fun. So this is gone. And, champions like Katarina, Vagar, like LeBlanc uses it too, yeah. But she can still one-shot people without it. They all kind of get a nerf. I know Ari kind of gets a nerf because if she didn't land her charm, she still had her DFG and her base damage to one-shot people with, her full spell combo, so... yeah, but she did get a buff, and we'll be talking about that pretty soon. Right here, overlapping crowd control effects. You'll probably notice this change right here, where you could like flash Zhonya's during like an Alistair Q or Blitzcrank hook. I'm pretty sure you can still Ezreal E out of things, yeah. But you could flash, like, say if Blitz grabbed you, and then you flashed away. Yeah, Blitz would grab you, you'd flash away, but you'd still get knocked up. That's basically what's going on with this thing. So it's going to go attack, move, command, and stealth, whatever. Now, Tristana has a bunch of things, and I'm going to be going over some things. So, attack, obviously, some stats have been lowered, which is really interesting. But also her late game is her late game got kind of nerfed. But her laning phase has gotten a huge improvement, and I'll be showing you why. The range right here is actually 671 at late game and 703 previously at the late game, but now it's like 671. This is unchanged, and okay, so you got 60 damage, and for every time you attack them, you get 25% more damage onto it, up to 4 times. So that's 100%. That's times 2 more damage onto the enemy, and since it has a base damage of 60, this is how much you're gonna do if you do 4 hits when you put the explosive charge on it. So basically you're going to do 60. Oh wait, hold on. You're basically going to have 22. Wait, so you have 15 from runes. No, wait, no. That's kind of wrong because you have attack speed runes. You actually have 8.5, I think. I'm not sure. Let's assume it's 8.5 attack damage. Have a 69.75 damage at level 1. But if you attack them 4 times, so that's times 2, you have 140 damage. What is this? 140 damage skill onto the enemy, and that's insanely huge. Her ulti used to do only anymore, so you have to run away, or you're gonna take a lot of damage. And if you get locked down, whoa, you're gonna just take insane amounts of damage. Now, like obviously, AP ratio kind of lowered. It also scales into more bonus attack damage, so once you're building that Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, you can also now detonate the charge with Rocket Jump. Now let me explain the Rocket Jump changes. So this is what I think it's trying to say right here. Let's see. They also kind of nerfed the damage per level, and AP ratio is obviously gone, but whatever. So what I'm theorizing, so since you do 140 damage at level 1 with E, and let's say you get a point at W at level 2, you have an insane amount of burst that you can do in all in. So she's really scary, I think, at level 2, and her laning phase is incredibly strong. So let's see. So you do 80 damage times 1.8, If you have 4 stacks of E charges on them, of course. Then you'll be doing 140 damage plus 139, which is 283 plus your auto attacks. The 283 damage at level 2 with just only spells. That's extremely high, and you will see a lot of Tristana's probably all in, like let's say Leona or something like that. So yeah, you just have to watch out for this insane amount of burst damage that she's gonna do at level 2. I'm pretty sure she's gonna still max out Q second because this kind of scales winky wonky, and yeah, you're still gonna be an AD carry. Obviously, in team fights, you're not gonna jump in unless you can clean up. But these 2 changes seem like they increase her laning phase a hell of a lot. And her late game is still there because she still has the range and attack speed from Q, so I think she's going to be a really good champion. Next up, we're going to be talking about Ahri. Alright, so what's up with Ahri? Let me just look at something. So right here, I'll go over this in a bit, but right over here, I did some calculations. Basically, what it's saying here is you actually do more damage than you would if you charmed the person before, as they did remove the DFG from charm. So I actually did some calculations. We'll do it right now. So you do 140 damage times 1.6, and then you times it by 1.2, and you do this much amount of damage. The 1.2 comes from the charm. But now, since they increased the damage to 170, it's going to do 170 times 1.6. It's going to do 4 more damage. Whoopee. 4 more damage is pretty decent. You are going to do less because the AP ratio is gone. Or wait. Yeah. The AP ratio is amplified by the 20% damage. So that's what I'm not taking in this calculation. So that's the only thing. Basically, this AP ratio got buffed a bit. The base damage on it got bigger, but you know, she's just not going to do as much damage without landing the charm. So it kind of sucks. She's not more of an assassin, but now what I'm thinking that she's more like now is with this change right here, Ahri now gains a massive movement speed boost while her orb is traveling that rapidly decays over time. I think she's going to be more of a poke champion because with this in here, she can go close and then run away, since she has the movement speed. So she's going to be extremely kitey and pokey, and that's what I'm thinking. Obviously, she can't one-shot people anymore with the removal of DFG and her charm, but I mean, she's probably going to do some damage in team fights. You know, she still has her W and this Q, which gives you an escape, and yeah, it just looks really pokey to me, honestly. And really kitey too. So I honestly think she's gonna might be really OP. Well, OP since you can never catch her with the Q. If this is up and like she gets a massive movement speed, and she has R now too, so she's gonna be really hard to kill. Either it's gonna be a buff to her pokey style, and like obviously a nerf to her assassin style. But we'll have to see what people are starting to do. Right here, Akali can no more go QRE. She has to do QR auto attack and then another Q. And then if the enemy gets away, which is probably most likely, she'll have to dash again. I mean, this has happened. They added this, like, not when she was released. They added this a bit later after she was released. So that's what's going to be like. She was, like, decent. This obviously helped a lot. But right here, 100 less range. Well, that might hurt. Is she still going to be a good champion? Probably a niche pick. I don't think she's going to be as OP as she was before. But that's about it. I don't think she'll be number 1 for sure with those nerfs though. She'll be like maybe not in the tier list at all. Alright, so Tibbers. So I got some notes here. This is interesting. She gets 10 less armor. Okay, so this is the only stat you're going to be looking at is this 10 right here. Versus this 20, because you don't max this out at all. You only get it maxed out when you're level 18. So you're not looking at this or this. You're looking at the 10-10. So 10 magic resistant armor less. Now, right here, when Annie casts Molten Shield, Tibbers gains a 300% movement speed to gain over 0.75 seconds. It's kind of cool, but you don't, like, I guess it can like finish off people, catch up with people, and do it. The thing is, with Annie's Molten Shield, you use it to charge your stun. You don't really use it for Tibbers. You don't really use it for like giving him the buff, because right here it also says Tibbers now also receives the benefits of Molten Shield when Annie casts his WoW these up. So he gets more armor and magic resist. But of course the thing is he's only getting 10 armor and magic resist since you're leaving at level 1. Also, people aren't going to auto attack the Tibbers because there's no point, so they won't take the damage from the Thornmail Annie kind of has with Molten Shield. So all of this, like, this is the only cool thing that's interesting, but it kind of feels like a small stat nerf in a way since this got reduced. So I think it's just a really, really little nerf, but it's okay. It's alright. She's still going to be good. Obviously, she's pretty good right now. She's in like LCS, all these things. I don't see her that much except when I see Anibot. He's the only one who plays her, so that's about it. Right here, Azir, nothing really changes. This is just a like tooltip. I think it's a tooltip. Yeah, it's just a tooltip thing. Right here, Cassiopeia, she gets looks like a big nerf, like the mana changes. I honestly don't play Cassiopeia. I haven't actually played her since the changes to her, like her passive. But basically, this may hurt her harassing earlier. I'm pretty sure it's fine in the late game, but what I'm looking at is a 50 mana cost E versus a 35 because you would max Q. You're also looking at an 80 mana Q spam later in the game, although of course having this actually does a lot of damage in lane, so if you landed it, it really hurt, and then of course you get harassed with Twin Fangs, so that's a lot of damage. If this also hurts her later in the game where her E and Q start using a lot of mana, you might be looking at Archangel or Roa build into her. But the thing is, you're still using your E to last hit, so you're getting 3% maximum mana restored from last hitting with, though. But if it does, I'm not sure how this is going to affect her again, but if this doesn't hurt her mana cost, like, you know, you don't feel it as much, it's there, then she's obviously still going to be a really good champion. Apparently she has a high win rate, and apparently she's like banned in EU or something. I don't see her that much, but I know she's really popular and really strong. Or people have said that. Alright, Fizz. Alright, there's a lot of things I gotta go over. Crap. I really want to make this a quick video, but it's already 50 minutes. Okay, so his Q, 0.3 AP ratio nerf, base damage nerfed. I know it doesn't look that great to level up, to be honest, anymore. I mean, you get the utility cooldown, but right here, I'm not sure about this one. Usually when Riot does a change like this, they usually kind of fuck up. And what I mean, like the Syndra stun, apparently it was way too small, so they increased it this patch. You'll see later. But right here, this is, I'm thinking, let's say I queued Graves, and he dashed out, it won't do damage, because usually when Riot do a change like this, they kind of fuck up. Anyways, this looks like a shitty skill right now, not the best AP ratio on it. The base damage, it was only 30, now it's 15. Now you do 60 less damage at max rank, whatever. It kind of hurts, but the AP ratio, of course, hurts a lot to AP Fizz. Now, I'm actually looking at this as really interesting. So they converted his passive damage to his W, the active on hit, and so it actually does 8% missing health as magic damage. So what would happen is you'd E someone, and then you'd auto attack, and then you'd Q them, so that's 16% missing health as magic damage, which is really interesting. And also the base damage is increased. And now on his passive, it actually just does a flat amount of AP damage right here. They also removed the AP damage right here too. So the only things that really have big AP ratios are his E and his R. Also, Fizz's ulti gets DFG, gets a DFG active, which is I guess good. Also, it hit each champion that is hit by his ulti is affected. So, you know, but you're an assassin, so you're probably going for one target. Now, anyways, what I'm theorizing is you might see a Fizz on hit build like a Bruiser. That's the only thing I could see that being viable. Someone will try it, but I just can't see Fizz being a good champion anymore with all these AP ratio hits. Yeah, all these AP ratio hits. I mean, sure, he gets DFG, but it's only 20%, and yeah, I just can't see it unless he's like Bruiser Fizz on hit. With this active, of course, because all of his AP ratios suck. So, yep, I think you're not going to see him anymore. I don't think he's a good champion as AP. Kha'Zix gets a tooltip fix. Now Nidalee. Okay, Nidalee. This is interesting. We can actually do jungle Nidalee now. I mean, you could do it before, but now with this hunted, you get bonus damage on your Q. You get another swipe, I think. Or no, it's a pounce, sorry. And you also get movement speed, so you kind of get more faster clears in that sense. You also pounce the camps. Again, traveling faster equals faster clears. And biggest thing of all is takedown. Now, let's say you're mid Nidalee, or top Nidalee, and you're trying to get away from the enemy team, and you want to juke. What you do is you Q a camp, and then you just pounce to it. That's a 700 range leap, gap close, or whatever you would like to call it, and you get out, and that, like, okay, so say you're on the red side, and there's a Baron buff. You Q that Baron buff, and then finally you're out. You also get the movement speed, so while you're running away, you get 30% more movement speed. This is a really interesting buff, and definitely I think jungle Nidalee is going to be a thing. I think. Maybe. I don't know. It already kind of is a thing. Some people tried it and some people played it. It's like a niche pick kind of thing. It's really uncommon, but people do it. Rek'Sai. So you're looking at 165 damage versus 225 damage. This is 225, by the way, because you've hit 3 times. And this is 165. So, and also his base damage on his W gets nerfed. This is actually what people were maxing out, was W second, because it had extremely high base damage. And he also did damage to a lot of people. You could also on Burrow, you know what I mean, and hit everyone. Right here, I don't think this means a lot, because I think you'll knock up everyone once in a team fight. And you probably still will with this change until you get it to level 5. Maybe like twice, but team fights usually go like 6 times. For 6 seconds, and that after that 6 seconds, it's usually decided who won the team fight already, so it doesn't matter at that point. So, is Rek'Sai still going to be good? I don't think he's going to be number 1 at all. I listed him in my tier list as number 1, but I don't think he'll be top 5 anymore, unless he can, because it looks like his base damage is really weak right now. It's just like, oh, okay. He still has his regen, but I just think maybe he might still be good because he has a CC and all this stuff, but his damage doesn't look there, and I don't think he's going to be top 5. So there's a fix right here. They actually fixed the E because it was a bit, the stun, like, you know, when it would stun someone and hit someone with the ball, it was a bit smaller, like I said earlier, and that's about it. They fixed that finally, that's good. And right here, Zed. So Zed, I don't think this is going to hurt him that much, but when he's death marking somebody, you might lose maybe 1 auto attack or something when you're chasing somebody. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure how much this is going to affect him. When looking at numbers, it's really hard to say, but you might just lose 1 auto attack when you're death marking somebody. But that's about it. He'll probably still be number 1, or not number 1. He might be in the top 5 for a middle lane. All right. Next up is the jungle items. So right here, this change right here. This hurts my route for any unconventional jungler that I do. Do you know why? It's because I usually do a route where I do one side of my jungle, and then I recall, and then I get the Trailblazer and like 3 pots at most. If I like 3 pots helps me so much on my early game. I can actually gank people and I can sustain. I don't have to go back, but now increasing it by 100 gold, this is just awful. I can't do that anymore. I can't recall, get my Trailblazer. And it just sucks so much. Like, I don't know. So what I'm thinking is we have to like do another camp or something. So do 4 camps to get that extra 100 gold to get 3 pots, or like you do 3 camps and recall and get the Trailblazer, just the Trailblazer. Yeah, it just sucks, to be honest. So this is actually a really huge nerf, to be honest. I don't like it, especially because I do 1 route, and that's the 3 camps on one side, so it kind of sucks. Yeah, it's bad. Right here, 100 less gold. People don't. I don't know what does this build into. I forgot, like Twin Shadows, Lichbane, Ardent Inquisition. Okay, so Lichbane. I forgot people who got Lichbane, but I think it's like Twisted Fate. You know, all these Poke champions and stuff. Twin Shadows. No one ever got this. You might see it, but 100 less gold. It'll emphasize people to get it, of course, but I don't think it'll be emphasized that much. So this is out. Tenacity as multiplicative, which means it's less. Giant's Belt can now build up ruby crystals. This means you might see people stacking ruby crystals a lot more. So you'll see like two ruby crystals, and then someone gets like a Giant's Belt or something after that. That's all I can say right now. It's not that big of a change here. Alkali gets a buff because of her nerf, so that's kind of fine. I'm not sure who else uses a tech set Gunblade. I guess Jax, but no, he uses Blade Rune King and Triforce. Yeah, I'm just going over like big changes, not like little changes. So right here, like a bunch of bug fixes. I honestly never used this item yet, but you know, like in my last patch rundown, I still said this item was a really bad item, and I still think it is. Even though all these gets a buff. Ooh, wait, Void Spawn gains bonus damage from 100% of the summoning champion. Ooh, okay, maybe. I don't know. I still think it's a bad item. Honestly, no one would ever get this. It doesn't give any team fight stats. It's like a Guardian Angel without the passive, I think. So it's still a really bad item. I don't think you'll ever see it in competitive or in like high elo. And I think that is it. So with DFG being taken out, I want to elaborate. I think overall the mid meta looks something like Xerath, Ziggs, Azir, Ahri, all these pokey champions without the assassins trying to kill them. I think they'll just be dominant since, you know, no more assassins, and that's about it. You're looking at that kind of pokey mid meta again. So anyways, this is the patch rundown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is 23 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed the adventure. Again, I said it was gonna be fast. I have to do a TLDR. So my TLDR looks like this. DFG. Dislike. I'm a tank. I don't really care. Overlapping CC. You'll notice some things that you previously now can't. Tristana. You know, honestly, I don't think I'll go over this. I might just post my notes into the description. So yeah, I'll just probably post this in the description. That's about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.